And so tell me a little bit more about what you're doing now.
So I felt like this is like a sponsor. Like, so by proxy, they are a commercial real estate. Basically, they're like Zillow for commercial real estate. Right now, I'm working just pure back end, which is like what I want to do. I'm terrible at the front end. So they gave me the opportunity to just work in the back end, which I enjoy. Like, I enjoy just making tables, merging tables, and the atmosphere is like the head engineer, super patient. Like, I've been, like I said, super lucky to have like these super patient like mentors. And he's like, I can blow up the whole code base, which I have. And then I stayed up all night trying to fix it. And I came in super early so I could like catch him. And he was already there. I'm like, hey, I know, let's fix it. And then like, obviously you don't want to do that every day, but to have that, I don't want to have that fear, like, as I'm typing code, like, oh, is this going to blow up? And if it does blow up, am I going to get in trouble or am I going to get fired? And I feel like if I have the opportunity to experiment more and actually like, oh, what if I did this? I'm learning more and I'm helping the company and myself to be better.
Yeah. I think that it's so important to understand how a company will respond to you when you make a mistake.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that you can talk about in the job interview process, right? Like, what does success look like? What does failure look like? And if failure is like, well, you're going to get written up and you're going to then that's probably like not the culture that you want to get into, you know?
And I think when you're doing this interview process, you want to make sure that if you can, you're interviewing with the person that's going to be like in charge of you or who's going to be helping you, because you want to get a feel for like who you're going to be working with and like how they measure success and failure. Like if the person, like if my mentor right now, if he said like, yeah, if you failed, you're going to get written up, I probably wouldn't, even if the culture was great, I probably wouldn't want to work for that person because I would be terrified to like blow anything up. And then when I did, I probably would like sweep it under the rug.
Right. Well, it eliminates you to make any kind of jump forward,
for
right? Because you're too afraid to make a mistake.
I will only want to be in that sandbox that I'm comfortable in.
Right. And so I think that kind of boxes, especially junior developers in, like understanding how to deal with employees when they mess up, because you're going to mess up because you're still learning.
And I think, like, to your point, being boxed in, like, as a junior developer, you don't really know what you want to do yet, like what you want to specialize in, right? Like, I'm a full stack developer, but I really like working in the back end. Sure, I can put up a little page for you in the front, but like my best work is in the back end. So like if you're working at a company where they're boxing you in and you're only comfortable in this little sandbox, you really won't get to understand what your true passions inside of development is, because you're too afraid to do anything else.
Right. You need that. You need the ability to fail.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be in an environment where that's okay, and that you're going to be able to work through that.
For sure.
And I think that also it is okay that, like, when you're going through an interview process, that if you're not meeting with the person that you're going to be directly working with, if someone offers you a job, before you accept, say, hey, can I meet the team?
And I never thought of that, but that's a really good point, because typically if you do meet the team, you're whiteboarding and like you're not really meeting the team. You're up there petrified. But like, actually having like a sit down, and that was one of the first thing that the company that I work with now is like, you want to go get a Popeye chicken sandwich? And before I was even working with them, I got to interact with them outside of work and see how they are. And the head engineer, how he is as a person, like very quiet, but he loves cars, and we bonded over cars.